Hi, this is Kelly Hill, technology reporter for RCR Wireless News. I'm here today with Ray Almgren, who is VP of Corporate Marketing for National Instruments, and we're going to be talking about the recent NI Week conference. Ray, welcome.
Welcome, Kelly. Thanks for having me.
Great. Glad to have you here. I wanted to start off with key takeaways and what you walked away from NI Week feeling were the most important parts.
Well, NI Week has become an industry event. It's over 20 years old now. We have about 3,000 attendees came to NI Week this year. It was very much about some key industry trends that our customers and our partners are focused on. The Internet of Things is a very big part of what our customers and partners are working on, both in the development of these systems as well as in the testing of these devices, particularly with the wireless and computational capabilities and all of these things, if you will. There was a big focus on big data, and in our case, big analog data, where our customers are acquiring vast amounts of information that are being used to make critical business decisions in their industries. And then also a very important trend that was talked a lot about this year was the 5G prototyping and test beds that are being developed with our platform. So those were some of the key, there's a lot of, over 220 technical sessions and 8 summits, but those were really the highlights, in my view, was the big analog data, the Internet of Things, and the 5G wireless.
Okay. Yeah, definitely all very, very on trend for what's going on in the industry right now. So what did you think? So those were some of the big hitters. What did you think was exciting in terms of new technology solutions, or other new trends that you saw?
Well, at NI Week every year we introduce a lot of our own new products and new technologies. One that got a lot of attention was our new semiconductor test system. It's really the culmination of our PXI test platform and our test software solutions, but packaged into a form and a factor that is used and will be used significantly by the semiconductor vendors for testing their parts. We had a video presentation from Analog Devices and some other large semiconductor vendors who will very likely move to this platform to significantly lower the cost of test. We also introduced another set of what we call software-designed instruments. We had introduced a few in the last couple of years and continued that path in the same tradition of a real high software content and how you can reconfigure all the test systems that are designed with our platform. Another technology trend that was really interesting, Airbus, on stage on the keynote in the second day, showed what they called the factory of the future, where they're showing how they're going to augment the way the airplanes are going to be developed in their factories. It's really amazing technology with augmented vision to help their operators know where the tools should be, how much pressure, whether or not the insertion of some object was done properly. Also augmenting their tools with intelligence, and then even augmenting the robots that they're using to assemble the plane with a significant intelligence and communications. It was an amazing presentation that showed really what the factory of the future will look like in years to come.
Wow, great. So you mentioned that NI Week has quite a history now with more than 20 years. And can you give us a sense of some of the history there that informs this event? How long have you been involved? And I'm wondering if you can kind of give us a sense of how you've seen things change over time at the show and how that's reflective of the industry.
That's a great question. Turns out I've been involved with every one of them from the very first day that we did it. It's really started in earnest when we realized that the developer community that was really surrounded around our LabVIEW software platform needed a forum to get together each year. And so our first real effort in the NI Week domain was a gathering of the alliance members. These are third-party companies that did software development with our LabVIEW tool, and then would do systems integration with that. So the really first incarnation was about that, creating a forum for our developers to assemble and talk, and we could give them in-depth information and roadmaps. After that first year, we realized that we had a winning kind of combination of concepts and technical sessions. So we expanded it to the broader user base, and really it evolved then to be kind of a LabVIEW conference, kind of the gathering of all the LabVIEW faithful, if you will, each year to hear what new trends and the new latest version of LabVIEW. That really continued probably for the next 10 years. Then about 10 years ago, as our product portfolio expanded and the size of our company expanded, we started growing the sessions, having a lot more focus on test and embedded systems. That's when we began inviting the financial analysts to be a part of the conference. The press that started showing up was much more significant, like 50 to 70, and now there's about 80 from around the world that are coming. And of recent now, it's evolved from beyond just a conference about our technology to more of an industry conference. Our most popular sessions now are not sessions about our products. They're what we call our industry summits. Our #1 summit attended this year was what we call our Trend Watch series, which was a focus on big analog data and a focus on cyber physical systems, which is kind of an academic word for the industrial Internet of Things, followed immediately by our RF and wireless summit. And most of those talks are given not by NI employees, they're given by industry luminaries in those areas. So NI Week has really evolved kind of, again, from a developer conference to a user conference on LabVIEW to a broader set of test and embedded to now it's really an industry conference where people who are coming are really coming to interact with their peers in the industry as much as they are to learn about our products.
Great. You guys also put some focus on the university level and some of the education and the training that's going on in terms of the future members of the industry. Kind of a glimpse maybe of what's to come. Can you talk a little bit about some of the highlights that you guys saw in that area?
Sure, and you're right, we do put a lot of focus on that, both as a company and then at the conference. First of all, we have a day dedicated to professors and educators. It precedes NI Week, which starts on Tuesday. So on Monday, there are about 300 or more educators from around the world that come and learn about our new technologies and share best practices of how to teach hands-on engineering in their laboratories and classrooms. And then on the last day, Thursday of NI Week, we always start the keynote with a focus on students and what students are accomplishing in their laboratories. And we highlight the winners of what we call our Student Design Challenge. This year it was a team from ETH in Zurich, Switzerland that did an autonomous underwater robot that was literally mind-boggling as to how they did it. But it's, I think it's important not just because the role we play in the business of educating students, but it's a not so subtle reminder to the folks in the audience that this is a very important, and we need to make sure we're investing in making sure that the future engineers and scientists have access to good technology and that the programs that we need to support them are in place all over the world. So for us, it's kind of a way of motivating the engineers in the audience to make sure they're cognizant of the need to inspire our future workforce.
Okay, great. I've been talking with Ray Almgren, who's VP of Corporate Marketing for National Instruments. Ray, thanks so much for telling us about NI Week.
That's great. Well, thanks again for having us. It's always a great week, and we enjoy it, and of course we're glad it's done. It's a lot of work, but during that time it sure is great to see all those engineers and scientists.
And already looking forward to next year, I'm sure.
Right.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.